boom, 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 here I come. Boom, 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 here I come. Boom's the name, I blow it apart. Brick by brick, I'm a work of art. Lego Odyssey, it's my domain. Crazy builds from a crazy brain. A Smoochie's face still haunts my dreams. Lost my buddy, but I got my team. Forget what I'm doing, happens a lot, but the squad's got my back. That's all I've got. Boom, 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 here I come. Watch your builds, I'll leave you stunned. The boom's in town, don't assume. Lego world, here comes
Hello. Okay.
the boom. Boom, boom, here I come. Boom, boom, here I come. Stack it high, then I take it low. Spinning bricks in a wild tornado. Colors clash, yeah, my style's absurd. Forget the rules, I've never heard. Smoochie's laugh still echoes loud. In my chaos, I make him proud. I'm a mess, but they keep me sane. Kaboom's a storm you can't contain. Boom, 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 boom. Here I come. Watch your builds, I'll leave you stunned. Kaboom's in town, don't assume. Lego world, here comes the boom. Boom, boom, boom. Here I come. Boom, boom, boom. Here I come. Boom, boom, boom. Here I come. Boom, 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 boom. Here I come.
Good morning. I'm so sorry chat is not on the screen today. Oh my gosh, who else woke up an hour late today because of the time change? If you did, put a purple hat on and wear a green, what is this called, a hoodie? Oh, a green, I'm sorry, a lime green and squishy. I'm sorry, not teal squid. If you see this, I'm sorry. This was the nearest one. I know she hates this one. I do apologize. But I'm excited about today, and I wanted to thank, excuse me. Let me switch cameras here. Oh my gosh. Voice, hello, work. Face cam, there we go. Let's bring this over here a little bit. Wait a minute, I don't think, well, we're gonna be switching between, there we go. I think Pablo said it was cool if we use this on Matt Puck stream. We're not gonna play the whole thing. There's gonna be a link here. Grab that link right now so you guys can go check it out. Paste. Boop. And paste. Boop. There we go. So I sang will the build kits come out tomorrow? Last Monday on stream, and Pablo messaged me and goes, "Dude, I've got a song I've been working on." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" It's like, "Yes, like what is it?" And then he released this diss track, and then Lego responded to his diss track. I really wish they would have like responded with an Orphan Annie update, but they didn't. We'll get into. I'm gonna play a little bit of Pablo's video, and but I put a link up so you guys can go check it out. Yo, thank you, Haskins. I appreciate that. Dropping the like over on the red and white. Yeah, if you guys, if you're on the red and white, if you hit that like button, leave a message after the video goes live, it does help out a lot. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this whole thing, and not like in a negative or whatever, but I just don't want the message to get lost, right? In a rap song, you're belting out your bars, things need to rhyme together, you have poetic lenience in your messaging. So, you know, you say a cat with a hat beat a rat, you could be talking about your boy with the nickname who's Mittens, who sounds like kittens who, right? And then the guy who's a rat was the guy that ripped him off. Okay, so get it right. There's some lenience, and I feel like Pablo did a good job in the rap song, and Lego responded, but I don't think I don't know, like, first of all, they didn't really rap. They just threw a beat, pretty sick beat though. and give them that, and then they basically just showcase their neck. Hey, Game Boy Pablo, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit look at your video. I got linked to it there, so everyone go check it out. But I want to unpack more of, in a different, not in a poetic way, but that was well done by Pablo. But like, explain a little bit about what this means. Unpack a little bit of what your updates are whack really means to the community. And I don't obviously speak for the community, but I speak for myself, and I feel like I hear a lot of feedback from the community. Like, people will DM me things. I will see posts over in the Craftopia Discord server. I will be in other people's streams, and I'll hear them talk over there. Yo, yeah, appreciate that, Game Boy. Appreciate that. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of a peekaboo at this, and I'll bring you guys up to speed on everything. So this was Pablo's diss track, which really wasn't a diss track. Like, he's not really, like, he wants the game to work. Let's be clear. Everybody wants the game to be playable. We all want the game to succeed. We all want the game to do well. Nobody is hoping, well, nobody in our group, none of the OG Lego Fortnite Odyssey, Lego Fortnite Original, Lego Fortnite, Ninjago, Lego, you know, whatever you want to, whatever Lego Fortnite that you're in, right? Whenever you came into the game, nobody wants the game to fail. Let's just be real clear about that. Nobody wants the game to fail. Nobody wants the game. Nobody's not, I mean, even the update thing, like, well, I'm going to unpack that here in a little bit, but the, yeah, let's just play this, and then, because I'm going to start unpacking things, and once I start unpacking, there's going to be luggage all over the floor. All right, let me turn the desktop audio. You guys let me know. How's that? Loud? Too loud? Can you guys hear it?
We love you.
Let me know if you guys can hear that. Devil Dog, Souls, Game Boy Pablo, Haskins, Lego Ready, Margie's, Ellsworth, Sir Laughs a Lot. Thank you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Souls, Dave Skurs. Man, I had to go to bed last night, but I had fun hanging out in your stream for as long as my eyelids were open. Oh, I hate daylight. I just say we revolt. Everybody just stop changing your clocks. Power to the people. Face, how low can you go? Death Row. What a brother Noah once again back in. It's incredible. Rhyme animal. All right, sorry. Sorry. I don't know. I just fight the power. That's the song, man. Fight the powers. Just stop changing the clocks, folks. Just, if we unite together, we can fight against this madness. All right. All right. Power Pansy, Axolotl Gamer, Souls, Devil Dog, Red Danny, Haskins, Rooster, Power Pansy. Oh, me. That's my link. That's a link to Pablo's video. Go check it out. Dude, Lego actually responded. Yeah, Lego kind of responded. We can hear it maybe up a little bit. Thank you, Haskins. Desktop audio. Boop. Up there. There we go. Turn it up there.
But you don't love us back. We grind all night, your updates are whack. We build, we craft, we defend your name, but every update.
This song has been stuck in my head.
We love you, but you don't show up.
This has been stuck in my head.
This game when the code blows up.
I just need to rewind that real quick. We hold this game when the code blows up. My gosh, that might be one of the tightest lyrics out of this song right there. And really, I think gets to the heart of the issue and the problem that a lot of the community has, right? Just remember that line for later. That was so good. That was such a good line.
We hold this game when the...
And also, everyone go check this out. Give Pablo a follow and be sure you watch the video, leave a comment on his video. And if you like it, hit it. If you don't like it, hit the down button. It helps the video out either way. Being neutral is the only way to not, well, There's other ways, but I'm not going to tell you the secret sauce. But if you, yeah.
Cold blows up. We are still here. I mean, that's some facts.
So we're still here. Felt a little convicted on that one. I ain't gonna lie. I felt a little convicted on that because I've been struggling. Yo, Alec, how's it going? Welcome up after the building hours of friends. Knowledge I've accumulated. It's nice to have this mode thrive even more. Yeah. That's what we want. That's what we want. That's our hope. That's our refrain slaps. Thank you, man. Yes, dude. Dude, you did. So I mean, just overall as a rap song, this was a really good song. Like I mean, for us who are, I thought it was good. I want to know where you got that beat at, because I've been right in my mind. I've been writing a few songs in my mind. I haven't had anything hit in my head that was like solid, but like I was like, I'm playing Lego Fortnite. My game just lagged. My expert world. Oh no, my game just lagged in my expert world. I lost my totem, and that's not fair. Ooh, doo, 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 or something like that. I don't know. I just did I don't know. I've been putting some. I've been just like different old rap songs doing parodies to them. But this is an original one. This isn't even a parody, right? This is an original one. Dwayne Titles, Dennis Love Cat, thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the subscriptions. Bram Ritter, welcome in. Miranda, welcome in. Or did I say hi to Miranda? I don't know. You get two, Miranda. I was looking for a beat for like 1 to 2 hours, but singing is a whole new level. Yeah, and I think you did a good job. Like, you didn't overdo it, and you didn't. I don't think you auto-tuned yourself too much, right? I don't think you're auto-tuned at all. It sounded really good. I don't know. I'm not. I like music, but I'm not like a producer or anything. So, yeah. It just I enjoyed the song.
We love you, but you don't love us back.
And I just want to say the not loving us back part. I think from the community's perspective, I'm gonna go ahead and start unpacking. What the heck? Let's get the laundry out. It's the lack of communication, right? They came out, they said, hey, we're gonna have a build show off monthly. Dude, we were no autotune. Oh, nice Game Boy. No, Haskins. If you want to hear the whole song uninterrupted, go use the link. Haskins is like, just play the song. So the not loving back, from what I've seen from the community, it's not addressing. Flying kitty, meow. It's the lack of communication, which seemed like things had gotten better for like a hot second, like maybe a minute, right? And then they did a couple build, like they did a couple events, and then they had the big mate. Kitty, come on. Right here. You guys want me just to, okay, fine. All right, let's play a little bit of it.
Launch day. Hype was insane. Survival mode, we building.
I'm not gonna play it all.
Name. Villages rising, thousands online. This could be different.
Okay, I can't. I have to unpack it. All right, so the loving us back part is having the bugs and glitches. Like, you can put the coolest update out, right? And the coolest update can then be plagued with bugs and issues. Like the Ninjago update was amazing. The issue is chaos challenges didn't work. The ink fountains didn't work. Nobody really understood the progression level, the tools. Upgrading your player's level doesn't make any sense at all. I know, Kitty. I know, Kitty. I know. Okay? My cat's like, dude, come on. I've been running around this whole morning. I didn't have any time to play or anything. And then they're like, oh, we're going to do these build showcase monthly. And it's March, right? And I think we've missed 2 months now. And I think in January, I think a lot of people were like, no, the update, there was a big, huge production. And that was the last we heard about it, right? And it hasn't happened since. The other thing is the community over and over again keeps asking for build kits. Lady Light, welcome in. And there's no news like on why we don't have build kits, right? And somebody put a really cool meme up. I'm gonna see if I can find it later on when we go to Reddit. But over on Reddit, they basically were like, do you want to build a castle when we get home? And the son is like, we can't, Dad. And he's like, we don't have the kits. And I think it's a Johnny Depp meme from some movie. I forget what it was, but it's a pretty popular meme format. And they're like doing this on day 34 of this epic, like people. Yogurt is like, let's email Epic. Like there's something happening there, right? And and it seems like you shake the tree enough, you get a build kit for a day to 2 days, maybe 3 if you're lucky, and then it's gone, right? And a lot of people, if someone came into the game and fell in love with the game, right, or enjoyed playing the game, and then they wanted to get into the building aspect of it, and they're like, well, I've got 3 kits, 4 kits, and there's no plan or path for these other kits to be released. And I saw a little back and forth, and somebody was like kind of defending Lego Fortnite in one of the Reddit posts, and they were saying basically, it's a small team, they're working on these things, and the response was like, the kits are there. The kits don't need worked on. Like the kits just need to be offered. And I understand even if it's like 1 or 2 people that are playing the game, are buying the kits. I mean, maybe there's some other way to do this, right? Maybe there's codes on IRL Lego boxes that allows you to have that kit in the game. Like, I know there was a big push for IRL builders to come over to Lego Fortnite, and that really didn't happen much. So is there a way in which you buy a Lion's Night castle set in IRL and then you get the code and then you can unlock it that way? Is there a way that we could go and purchase on a different site off of Epic, maybe in the Lego store or something? I don't know. There's rules and there's lawyers and stuff like that. But just even a message saying, yeah, we've heard you guys on the build kits. We're working on it. We're working through working through it. We'll get back to you in a minute. Sword of Truth says, I love this game. I started in Odyssey and would really love some of the older build kits. Yeah. Yo, Sword of Truth, thank you for the follow. The real Pablo-nator, thank you for the follow. Is that Pablo? If one of my mods could give Pablo a shout out on Purple, I'd appreciate that. You gotta lack communication is a key issue. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, game. Thank you, Game Boy Pablo. The other thing about, and this might have been because it rhymed better, but it was millions. And he brings this out in the song here in a minute. He brings it out in the song. And I need to get, Pablo, if you could DM me your thumbnail, I want to change the thumbnail on my YouTube video for this after it goes live or after I get done. I'd love to be able to put your screenshot on this thumbnail, since it seems like this will probably be most of what today's conversation is, right? Let's see. It'd be nice if full kits would return to the shop. I've torn down and it won't disappear. Okay. So like communication gets attention and love when they need to promote the updates from Haskins. My cat's losing her mind right now. I don't know what's happening. Kitty, are you okay? I think she's okay. I don't. Normally she sits right over here on her thing, but for some reason keeps trying to make this leap over here. I had to put her down on the ground. Yeah, sweetie, come sit right here, please. Okay, just come sit here. So build showcase, and that's the other thing that, like, you don't, as Lego Fortnite, I'm gonna self promote here. Actually, I'm gonna self promote the Craftopia community Discord server. We would love to work with you, and we'll host it. We have Haskins right now hosting monthly build things. Give us the rules and regulations that you need. All right, we'll get a team put together. We'll produce it well. All right, I'll edit the videos down so they're very smooth. Throw Haskins on the Lego Fortnite thing as the main host. I'll run the video behind the scenes and interact with them and stuff like that. Maybe we'll get a couple more people on there who can comment on the builds and give their insights. We'll follow all your rules and policies. We'll say Lego not alone, but we'll say Lego Fortnite, Lego whatever. We won't we'll read the rules. We'll do everything. We'll just take that off your plate, right? Just reach out to me. My DMs are open. My email. You guys got my email. All right. We want to help, right? We want to help the community grow. And Muddy Girl, welcome in. Honestly, I'd rather keep it as it's been. Yeah. Well, okay. I guess I'll produce it. I'll produce it on my with somebody. Well, I know. Okay. I didn't run this by Haskins. I'm just saying as the head of the community, right? One of the funnest things is to Kitty. What? What do you want? Come here. Meow. Meow. One of the funnest things that I still have very fond memories of is back when, there would be enough creators that you could do that stuff and be great. Yeah, we can get lots of people involved, right? I mean, it doesn't just have to be. I'm just saying, currently, if you want to be a part of a build show off, join the Craftopia Discord server. Haskins is doing that, I think, maybe monthly, maybe, I don't know, like month and a half-y. Something like that. Regularly, like you're getting a build show. You're getting a really good build show off. And the dude put it. Oh my god, the guy had 30 build show offs, and then went to 60 during the stream. Doubled the number during the literal build show off. I think having them on board to help support them pro is cool. But I don't want to have any red tape on what we can and cannot do. Okay, yeah, good point. I'm okay with red tape. Haskins doesn't want red tape. I'm okay with red tape. I don't feel like I know what Haskins is saying, actually, more like behind the scenes, because it is very stressful to do the promotion stuff, because they're like, here's all, they literally send you pages of what you can and cannot say during the promotional stuff. And I get that, right? I get that. But that is red tape. That is red tape. That's a little bit about what's happening. But back to this, there was millions of people. And people got in, they played the game, and then they left. We got thrusters with no way to turn them, right? And now looking back on this, I'm starting to realize that, like, to me, I thought it was just an entry game, and they had this, like, in my mind, going back 2 years ago, in my mind, I believe they had a list of things to bring into the game, and that they were going to add on top of this, like, in an orderly fashion that made sense. And at the beginning, it seemed like they did. We had fishing up. Next thing, Haskins says, next thing you know, you can't show certain IP builds, and Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point, Haskins. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we do have the freedom to show different IPs, I guess. Yeah. Get like Flashy, Maddie, Moxie to be judges and a rotation of guests judge. That would be cool too. As far as judges go, I think what we have found is like the judges giving their opinions and stuff would be cool. But as far as like giving stuff away, that would need to be like random, and we'd probably do a will of entry of some sort, because the goal is to promote building and promote building ideals and encourage the community and the things that they are building in the world and stuff like that. So yeah, but I would love to do that. Get some of the, yeah. I mean, it does. I love the. I love the going to Reddit and getting and seeing these builds and being like, you know, people who are there every day are on X, are on YouTube, people that are constantly putting stuff out there for others to see. I think those are, you know, those are the, it would be cool to give like more of those content creators a platform, right? Showcasing off a lot of different things. But anyways, this was, yeah, it's a showcase. Yeah, Haskell said we did a contest before, but it's no longer judged. It's a showcase. Yeah, so what we had was a game with over 2.5 million players. 2.5 million players. You know, let's play a little bit more. I think he's going to get into it. Oh, yeah, here it is. It's right here.
Online. This could be different. We saw the signs.
Saw the signs.
Airships glitching, cars don't steer. World not loading, just disappear. We patch our hope, everything will patch.
Yeah, so a lot of people came on, and a lot of the you had Green and oh gosh, I forget who else had come over, but Green did a sponsored video for this, and he's a big Minecraft player. And I remember everyone saying, hey, this could be a Minecraft killer. Like, this could be the next big Minecraft game. We all saw 2.5 million people in the game, or, you know, at the beginning of the game, and everybody showed up to check it out, and nobody knew what to do. There was no bosses. There was no in game. There was no steering of vehicles. I mean, that's actually one of the things that got me into the game, was dropping dynamic foundation plates to use as steering. Like, that was my whole thing on my channel, was how do you build a flying ship? That's what I love to work on. I loved it. Like, that was so much fun. But looking back at it, part of me is like, why didn't they just have switches connected to thrusters? Like, switch 1, thruster 1, like we have, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would give you basic steering and all the dropping plates and stuff. Like, a lot of people don't want to do that. Like, a lot of people want to be able to build the ship, hit a switch, and fly. You know, like, I'm like, you know, you got to come 2 steps over, place your board up here, drop your board will go like this, and then you're going to have to remove it, and then it has to fall into place. And somebody who did it every day, you make one mistake. No, that's half a finger. That's a half a mistake. You make one mistake. Sorry. You make one mistake in the build process, and your pieces glitched together. Your thrusters didn't work right. Things fell apart. And we didn't even have balloons that went up and down. I think we had to like pop balloons, and you didn't even get resources back in the day. You didn't even get resources, which was crazy. Llama Rage, how's it going? I talk a lot of BR players that thought this was going to be Battle Royale. Could be what a lot of millions were looking for. You know, I actually hesitated playing it because I thought it was going to be a BR. And I was like, that's just not my jam. And unique difficulties in getting cold at night, and the others were able to build indoors. Felt like a real survival. Yeah, Cooper. And yeah, 100%. And they took that out, right? and they took it out, and but they ended up coming out with the Mechanical Mayhem. And what did we get with that? Seat glitches. That took how long? Over a year to fix. And when they fixed it, it broke all the swivels. And then, you know, you're playing expert, and I've seen the clips in Reddit where somebody does the bounce pad up into a rock, and instead of getting knocked and losing their totem, their whole world is gone. No hunger, yeah, no cold, the whole progress. Even when the game was first released, I have a video. You can go all the way back almost 2 years ago and watch the video. And the video was about basically, is Lego Fortnite the Minecraft killer that everybody thinks it might be? And my assessment at that time was not currently, but it could be, right? And I think that's the thing in the song. Like, here, let's play a little more song.
But you somehow break more than you attach.
That was almost perfect. I did not set that up, but that right there is when the updates come out. It's not that things are fixed. It's here's some new stuff and some more broken things to go along with it. I mean, the dozens of people who are stuck on either the Earth Sanctum, the Lightning Sanctum, their ink wells don't work, chaos challenges are broken. And it's like they did this whole progression. They built this whole world up, and they're just stuck. And these are, I feel like, just the basic things that need to be dealt with and fixed and figured out. And I remember listening to somebody talk about the code, saying that the code, and I don't know anything about code, but they were saying the code is like spaghetti and isn't like, so if you make something over here blue, it has rippling effects over to this thing. That is a big issue. And I remember a lot of people, including myself, we were thinking, if it takes a year, like this last year where we got the really weird Spire update, and we got the really weird Expeditions update that was just, again, rolled out improperly. I just wasn't. They should have had weapons level progression, charm level progression, level difficulty progression, enemy progression, and they didn't. They had none of that, and it killed Expeditions, which, again, breaks my heart when I think about it, because that mode was so much fun. You know, just think if you had a new map every month in Expeditions, and a new weapon or a new charm or something like that, or you had weapons that you were like customizing off of things that you got, and you had like your own customized weapons that were really unique to you and your play style. There's so many really cool things that could have been done. And so I'm adding all of this. I feel like I'm just trying to add the community vibe, the community feels into what a lot of these rap songs are, because like you said, we love this game, but here's the things that are making a lot of people leave the game, making a lot of people not want to play the game and stuff like that. And even like the 100,000 people that came in to the Ninjago update, having the kits available during that time, like, that didn't make any sense to me. I would have been cycling, and like, they should have been cycling a new kit every day to get people, oh, we showed up for the Ninjago update. Well, what's this build kit? Oh, okay. Like, oh, there's this whole other aspect to the game that I can do after I do Ninjago. And I do have a feeling that they're rolling out Ninjago to the rest of the islands from some of the stuff I've been seeing, and from this latest, we're bringing Elemental Islands. So now I'm starting to wonder, are we not going to have a mainland anymore that's just the mainland? Or is it all going to merge into each other? Kind of like how the Storm Kings, the Alkalites, the Stormstick enemies go everywhere. Are we going to have that with the Ninjago themes? And I would be real interested to see, yo, Joker, how's it going? Welcome in. Bram, half a finger. Yeah. I had to walk away from my trip. Sorry. Well, it's missing a third. Okay, I'm just missing that top part of my finger there. Okay, I'm sorry. I just need to be so 2/3. Yeah, there we go. See, missing. Wait, miss. There we go. There we go. And there we go. That's okay. Anyways, Jokers, how's it going? Opsman, welcome in. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we defend you in every threat. Just give it time.
Almost 1,000 hours played since and the motivation is gone. This is what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing this in the community, right? I'm seeing this a lot in the community of like, I even feel it in myself, right? I wanted to build with toys. I wanted to do doors. I wanted to do custom doors, custom ships. I wanted to do, I wanted to work with like giant machines and auto farming and auto, mob killing. Like I wanted, when I saw pressure plates coming in and swivels coming in, I was imagining these arms that could be used as weapons and just all these things going through my head. And then swivels broke. They gave us balloons. They took balloons. They gave us back balloons. Interacting with rocks and trees. And they might, it's just like at some point you're like, well, maybe it goes away tomorrow, like I'm going to put this video out. It's going to be how to, basically farm a lot of rock and a lot of wood. And then I'm going to start getting comments saying doesn't work. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Are you serious? So then I got to jump in. I got to redo all the stuff, see if it's them or if it's me. And then, like, I just got a comment the other day going, your video is completely wrong. It's completely opposite for me. And I'm like, well, okay. But when I made the video, it seemed that if you had more than one person spread out, there could be issues there. And for me, I had the best luck finding dragons solo. Maybe it's changed. Now they've added where you can have, they played with the dragon spawns, right? But there's no word. There's no word on from them like we're updating dragon spawns, we're changing dragon spawns, update, whatever update we're on, update 40.10, dragon spawning has been changed. I mean, the update notes aren't complete. The update notes aren't even well, I think they're translated, honestly. I don't think I think there might be a translation issue there, because sometimes I read the update notes and I'm like, okay, that doesn't, they use different names in the update notes than that are actually in the game. And that can be confused. There's just all these little things, right, that just need to be tightened up a little bit. Like if you've designated something in the game, this, and then you have that in, let's say, Dutch, right? And in Dutch, dragon is, I don't know, what's the dragon word for Dutch? Or what's the Dutch word for bellmaster? Okay, I think it was the bellmaster that did this. So you write your notes out in Dutch, and then you take those notes to chat, I don't know, AI program, or you take it to Google and you go translate to English. And then it translates from Dutch into English instead of being bellmaster or whatever. You guys get what I'm saying, right? It says something different because that's how translations work. If you've ever studied another language, it's not a one-for-one word translation, okay? It's usually, they say things differently. Even in Britain, when I said, be sure to wear your pants, and the lady thought I was telling her to wear underwear, and it was very awkward. That's how it works, right? That's how language works. Now I know never say that to a British person. Say, hey, bring your, I think, what was it? I forget what it was. Wear your shorts. Was it shorts? Maybe shorts was underwear. I forget. But anyways, that is not the point. The point is that language and translating things, right? It can get confusing in their patch notes, and those are simple things that need to be cleaned up, right? The problem might be corporate culture with deadlines, updates, and undeserved. Yeah, well, yeah, that I have no clue about that. If they merge everything, the game might be doomed. Yeah, you mean like bringing everybody over? That's a Reddit post? Yeah. I mean, I've seen this. Yeah, blah blah. Dragons in Dutch is Drock. Thank you, Queenstar. Welcome in. Good morning. How's the hour change shift doing for you? Night Dragon, how's it going? And things are, Bram Ritter says, things are so inconsistent. There are things I can do in Matt world, but can't do in Weekend Warriors are mine. Wookie, how's it going? Good morning. Good morning. Less posting in Discord observed. Oh, I got you. I got you, jokers. Sort of Truth says they need. I'm so sorry about my chat. My I don't know if it's a time change or what, but my streamer bot is dead. We'll get the chat back on the stream. We'll get the chat back on the stream after today. I'm gonna work on that. They need to market the game better. I had no idea what it was until I left BR in search of something more laid back. The size of the map, pure creative adventure is more pulled me back in. I'm 57 years old. Very nice, sort of truth. Yeah, why? Oh my god. Yeah. The light's not working right now. I went to do, I got, again, if Duracell wants to sponsor my stream, these are very expensive and my lights are dead. And I was running behind. Everything that could go wrong went wrong this morning. Because of the hour change. I slept in, and where it, I don't even know where my remote is. There, I'm gonna turn it up. See why it's not working. There you go. I got you one red. I got you one red, Queens North. Purple Rain, how's it going? Purple Rain, Purple Rain. I'm sorry, but When Doves Cry is my favorite Prince song. I hope nobody hates me about that. Oh, I found my remote. Ah, I found both my remotes. Oh my gosh. It's remote central down here. Anybody else keep their remotes on the ground? My desk remote. My desk has lights. Unfortunately, you guys can't see my desk, so that doesn't work. And then I got this. Haskins, okay, if you guys, Haskins hooked up lights on his stream, and you can turn them colors, and they've gotten into a little bit of a light war. And I could actually type in more than other people. I didn't know that. So I stopped. I backed off. I was like, I'll let everybody else do it. And then maybe every once in a while, I'll jump in and do a little exclamation blue. But anyways, let us continue.
That's what we said. We love you, but you don't love us back. We grind all night, your updates are whack. We build, we craft, we defend your name, but every update feels the same. We love you, but
you know, and Pablo, I don't know if you're still in chat or not, but Jared Dog, welcome in. How's it going? When you say your like the updates are all the same, are you referring to these little mini update things that they have going on right now? Like the colored chickens, the golden sheep. He's going to get into the golden sheep here in a minute. And the like increased ritual oils, the increased drops. What was the other one they increased? They increased, did they increase elemental stuff for like a weekend? I forget. But I get it to some degree. Those, you know, okay, I get it. Like, okay, if we're going to do collector things, but again, here's a perfect example. How many people's animals are stuck in their barns? Everyone's animals are stuck in their barns. All these special animals are stuck in their barns. And now this latest update of the elemental animals coming over to the Lost Isles, people are like, Angie was like, the bear's destroying my village and all my villagers are gone and they're dead. What the heck is happening? And I could just imagine, like, if you have the world setting that animals don't respawn, your custom chickens you spent hours collecting are, and maybe that's why they're stuck in barns now. I don't know, but what happens if the barn gets destroyed? What if these elemental animals spawn into your base where you have your special chickens? Because I know Epic Bricks did a thing where he collected all the different chickens on the Lost Isles. And what happens if those die? And you can't get them back because they're a limited time thing, right? So this is where, like, thank you for the really awesome chickens. Unfortunately, they're stuck in the house. That's a bug glitch that you've given us there. Maybe they'll come out in the future. I don't. Maybe they'll come out tomorrow. Okay, I'm done singing. Maybe tomorrow they come out. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Maybe we get a hot fix. Maybe we don't. Maybe your animals died to an elemental bear attack on the Lost Isles. And then that's just more heartbreak and more of an issue, right? Personally, what I thought, if this is the direction they're going, right? If this is the direction they're going, they need to give us and I've seen some people say this also, but like in Brick Life, where you have a plot of land that spawns in your base with all your animals and stuff, they need to give us a safe zone in the game where we can build a mega village and basically build and collect all these rare items, the golden sheep, the other animals, and like those animals cannot die. Like they can be killed, but they'll come back. You know what I'm saying? Like that little setting we have, like those animals just need to be that way. They will never die. You get them, you collect them, and they won't die. They're in your world, and there they are. Okay, and then the other question becomes about future events, like people who want to get the golden animals, or people who want to get the other chickens, because that's what kind of is happening with Brick Life right now. Is that you get these specialized items and you store them and you save them and you display them. And if you don't have something, you got to go over to Brick Life and be like, hey, I've got this. Anybody want to trade for this? And there's like a whole trading market right now in Brick Life, which is doable because the worlds are connected. You're logging into a world. That's not what's happening. We have our own world. So to be able to bring creatures and be like, yeah, I got a set of chickens for you, you know, and I'll trade you for, you know, the dragon trophy or something. And like that can't happen in Lego Fortnite Odyssey. So there's an aspect of the game where that's just not going to happen. Like it's going to happen in other in Brick Life, right? It's obvious. The game policy says it's obviously not the same with huge updates, but same in the case that they never fixed the big issues. Yeah, right. I mean, like the chaos stuff. I have no clue why that wasn't like Chaos Challenge is not finishing. It made no sense to me. These updates just don't make sense because of the bugs are destroying the joy. Yeah, 100%. Like the bugs, we were all like, you know what? We were all like, if this last year, I don't think I finished this thought. Let me let me actually finish it this time. The year of the Spire updates, the Expedition updates, Diego update, right? That chunk of time, we all were like, okay, hopefully something big comes out, which Ninjago ended up coming out. But we really hope not just that, but the bugs are getting fixed. And I don't know if it's possible. I don't know anymore because in my mind, I don't know. I just don't see them sitting there going, no, let's just keep the bugs in, right? I just don't see that. I'm starting to wonder if things are just so spaghettied that it's just impossible to fix one thing without breaking 10 other things at this point, right? I don't know. Like the seat glitch got fixed. Now swivels don't work. Swivels haven't even been addressed by Lego Fortnite group. There's been no post on it. There's been no conversation about it. It's just like I did a world tour. Every old build that I had swivels on flew apart. I'm talking hours of weeks of work. And even not even that, my elevators smashed and blew it into pieces. And I spent weeks building those, right? And I have nothing to show for those. And it's just like it's just a kick in the gut, right? There's no building on it because what works one day could be broken the next day. There's no stability. You can't have a healthy relationship if you don't have stability and trust, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I literally put a video up and then I gotta take it back down. I work, weeks on trying to come up with like a new design, and then it, and not just me, like this is like Abide guys talking about thrusters the other day. He's like, yeah, thrusters, I have his whole thing is building like the smallest compact little vehicles, and one change that thruster throws his whole build off. And now what he was doing had to all be changed up because of it. No update notes, no, hey, we're changing thrusters. We had to figure that out. I think they ended up putting something out. I can't remember, but there's no hey guys, this is what's going to be changing the game when the hot fix goes out. There's no, and we don't even get patch notes until the day of, which blows my mind because things should have already up to that point been like done and ready to roll out. Like if they're working on something up to the last minute, that's kind of scares me because there's been no play testing, right? So they're like, oh, we fixed it, and then they throw it in the game, and then every swivels break, right? Balloons don't work. People going through the map, glitches happen, just all the lag spikes that are happening and stuff like that, right? So okay, let me see here. Okay, we need totems of return for our animals. Margie says the barns don't work right now. You have a chicken, but it shows a sheep, and it gives you wool instead of eggs. Yeah. Yeah. I remember bringing in a sheep, or not a sheep, a goat, was a ram. I think it was a ram from the cold lands. So I could get that different type of wool, and then it wouldn't give me anything. It just gave me, like, that was like a year ago. Back like in Craftopia 3, maybe a year and a half ago. It's crazy. It was like, why are the animals not working, right? Like, this isn't like, oh, hey, here's special chickens, and by the way, your chickens are now sheep and they give wool. Have fun with that. It's like, what is happening? Let's see here. They don't hold on a second. I just don't really like the rubber banding that happens. Queensor says, I have a chicken named Smoochie that won't die, and one of my yeah, I paid a dev over at Legofortnite to do that to you. It only cost me like 1,000 V-bucks. I thought it was going to be much more expensive than that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. The rubber banding. Night Dragon says, I just don't really like the rubber banding that happens. Yeah, I agree. Like, it makes it very hard when you die to something that you have no control over to some degree. Austin says they did post, they are aware of this whole issue, and I hope they fix it in the future. Yeah, Austin, man, they did. They finally, I feel like we pressured them into finally saying something about it. Like, it was bad. I mean, it was bad. Bad. Toy builders took a hit with these updates, Joker Play said. Yeah, and that's, honestly, that's where I struggle. I like survival, and I like toys. Those are my two things I love. Every door I built has broken, and every door, even back at the very beginning, which was, I kept telling myself that it would get dialed in more, but even like my Fallout shelter door with this giant door, right? My Star Wars doors, just loading in, and next thing I know, my door's up in the air floating away with balloons on it. And I'm like, that was literally 4 hours that I worked balancing the wheels and the balloons. And, one day you log in, it works. The next day you log in, it doesn't work. And I'm on a PC. Like, I'm running. I have a very nice system, and it should not struggle to run the game at all. Like, it's not on my end, right? Now, the internet connection, I have a very high internet. I pay lots of money a month to have really good internet in my area. I have the best internet that I can have in my area. And that's so I can stream and play the game and do all the things that I can do. And so If it was like, oh, I check my internet speed and it's low, and I go into the game and does weird things, that's one thing, right? But my internet is saying that it's running perfectly smooth, and I log into the game and things are going crazy, and there's no like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't think it's just an equipment issue, right? It could be. I'm not saying it couldn't be in some instances, but I don't think it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, like there's nuance to all this. There's a new, like the servers on their end might need to be updated. There could be some kind of thing going on there, or that they need to look into, or it's just the code again is not, you know, they added these chickens in, and when they added the chickens in, it did something to the code over here to now where your chicken turns into a sheep and gives you wool. Like, and they didn't go in and program it that way. Is they changed something over here, and now something over here is acting differently. And that's the only thing I can think of, is that it's just, it, like, Lego Moxie, if he gets on here, I want to have a talk with him. I think he knows a lot more about programming than anybody knows. My kids know more about programming than I do. I know nothing about programming. But Lego Moxie was talking about this new role that was added for movers, which he thinks they might be having someone who's might be focusing on the toy aspect of the game, which honestly to me is what sets this game apart from all other building games, is that you can build planes and jets and ships and bases and fly those around like that. That is golden. That is the golden goose of Lego Fortnite Odyssey or Ninjago, is the ability to do that, right? Now, if it worked and people didn't lose their vehicles and you didn't have some of the other issues, that would be even better, right? Would make it pretty incredible game, personally, my opinion. But that's what I enjoy doing, right? That's what I enjoy doing. So keyword future, really vague. Yeah, right. I have not gone into my toy world in months. Whose brick is this? Anyways, Brammer says, whose brick is this? Anyways, a game where everyone made up and the points don't matter. UEF also says UEF and Creative have always had these issues. When they do an update, it breaks a lot of the maps. What makes you think they will spend money on fixing Lego Fortnite? Because it's Lego Fortnite. Unfortunately, this is what everyone will face in the whole of the Fortnite world. We got a possible ban evader. Auto mod held for review. Oh, deny. Yeah, no, that's a bot. What makes me think? Well, yeah, I mean, Lego Group and Fortnite, two of the biggest companies in the world in the toy department. Amazing toys, amazing games. Fortnite took Battle Royale to the next level. I know they're struggling and stuff like that. I've seen some of those comments. By the way, Typical Gamer needs a skin way before Madison Beer needs a skin, in my opinion. I know she's been like asking for a skin, but dude, Typical. I mean, is there something I don't know about with Typical Gamer and why he doesn't have a skin versus, I mean, they just like, I don't know. I maybe both of them should get. I don't know. I mean, maybe not. I would just say Typical Gamer, honestly, unless you're doing like a collab and you're doing like a music, you know, collab like they did recently with some of these other groups, that like Daft Punk and stuff like that. Like, I get you getting a skin if you're doing a collab with them, right? That makes sense to me. But that's why, Opsman, is that you have these two major, huge companies, and everybody thought that the standard of excellence would translate more over into having a smooth game that runs well and has a you know, progression line storyboard where we start here, our end goals here, and they did that a little bit and it got leaked, right? So it seemed like they were doing that a little bit. It seemed like it. And then after that, it just seemed like that it didn't seem as thought out. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe from our perspective, maybe it was, maybe there was issues behind the scenes, but I don't know. That's what, I mean, they don't have to. I mean, the gate, I mean, people are gonna do the quest. They're gonna get stuck on the lightning thing. They're gonna look at their stuff. They're gonna go, I invested 3 hours to get to this point, and I cannot continue playing the game. That's gonna kick them in their gut. You know, it's just all the little, 1,000 paper cuts, right? 1,000 paper cuts. And that's and that's even why I wanted to address the song, because it's not that the Ninjago update was whack. It was that I can't, like there's hundreds of people who can't finish dozens of people. I'm trying to think out, because I don't have access to everybody, right? There's a lot of people who came in and played and saw the issues and can't progress their worlds, and they're like, no, I'm not gonna risk another 4 hours in this game to get stuck on the Earth Temple and not be able to complete the missions or the goals. And so having some way to bypass the missions, having something in the game to address this stuff, like, I can't talk to the fire person, right? Well, maybe you throw an option to go back to Lloyd, and you talk to Lloyd and you say, progress the mission, right? Like, oh, hey, it looks like you're stuck on something. Would you like me to help you out? Like, have that as a dialogue option back with Lloyd, and then you talk to Lloyd, and Lloyd progresses to that next, completes the current mission that you're stuck on, and progresses to the next. And maybe that has some kind of time, like, cooldown or something, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe you just give it to people, and if somebody wants to abuse it, they can abuse it, whatever. But I'm sure you can figure out a way to make it where you can progress that quest, like hard press it, like was it Control Alt clear that quest, so it goes to the next one, so you can continue your journey through the Ninjago quest line. So anyways, I don't know. Maybe maybe that was more talk than I needed to do, but it's a good question. And at the end of the day, they're in charge, right? And at the end of the day, they're in charge. What they decide to do, or what even they can do, is kind of up to them. I mean, we do have a really cool Ninjago Part 2 out coming. I'll be very interested to see what happens with the numbers then and the community overall. Like, will we have the same numbers we had for Ninjago Part 1? Will the numbers be less? Will the numbers be more? Did the Ninjago, are there people out there waiting and like, oh yeah, I'm going to go play another game, and as soon as Part 2 comes out, I'll come back and play this game again? Like, is that where a lot of the community's at right now, where it's just going to be, update driven, and you're going to get like maybe 1 to 2 big updates a year to drive people back, and then hopefully when they come back, the experience is fun enough to cause them to want to come back for the next one. But then the people who are the like foundation of the community, they're here playing between the updates and struggling with all the other stuff that's happening. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see, right? Lava Rage says we need a total return for our animals. Lava Rage says AI coding is getting insanely good, so hopefully a small team can use it to assist in fixing bugs. Alex says my golden sheep won't come out, and I am missing a villager, one of my villages. Yeah, they need to be more clear. Agreed on typical gamer. Lego ready. Okay, thanks. He should have had a skin before Courage did. Oh, okay. If they make OG modes, I'm not familiar with it. I just know I know typical gamer not having a skin is like a kind of like a meme right now. And like he came in, they did sponsored bits with him playing Lego Fortnite with him and his wife now. And I'm like, you could have gave the guy a Lego skin, right? That would have been a really good time to push out his skin with a Lego variant of it, personally. If they make OG mode and gave Lion, Knight's Castle, and Durburger in the item shop, I'd be back for thousands of more hours. Oh, very nice, Cooper. Lego Fortnite OG mode would be insanely beautiful. UFF and Lego. Yeah, is that how we get to run smoother? Is by if it was in a different coding thing? I don't know. There are quite a few things that can be adjusted via hot fixes. Special animals are just one example. This is Asteria Cajera. I hope I'm saying that right. What stations animal drops give to others. Hot fix is pretty much a back-end micro patch. Sir Last Slide, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for those comments, Sarah. DJ needs to have the biggest skin release ever. Way overdue. Joker from Joker Plays. Money and profit is the main drive for both companies. I'm okay with that, right? Like you have to be solvent, right? You have to make money. Maybe I said something there, I don't know, but to me, you're not selling any build kits. Your only revenue currently is any Lego kits that are coming in. I don't know. I'd have to see. I guess I'd have to see what the profit margin on those Ninjago's, the Ninjago Ninja Pass, because they're like 1/4 of a battle pass now. So there's some coming off every battle pass. Now everybody has to buy all the battle passes. So I think that was actually an attempt to get Lego Fortnite. I'm sorry, to get Battle Royale players over in the Lego Fortnite Odyssey, because now they have these kits that they're unlocking as part of the Battle Pass, right? So, yeah, I'd be curious about those numbers. I'd be real curious to see what kind of profit is being made off those things, but I don't know. Didn't they say if you need to skip a quest, you could Alt 4? Did they say that? Is that true? I got Axolotl laughing. You're wrong for that, Bram Ritter. Okay, LOL. Okay, don't do that. Bram Ritter, don't do that. That does something bad. If BR and Fortnite, Muddy Girl says if BR and Fortnite ran as glitchy as Lego, Fortnite would fix it in hours, not months or years. Yeah, it'd be unplayable. No one would play it, right? I mean, BR players, they like graphic settings. There's download, like skin downloads. There's like all these things they do to get the millisecond advantage on the other player. And there's absolutely no, I mean, you're 100% right. Yeah, it's esports. It's very important, like ping and stuff like that. But just having a fun, playable experience, being able to build with the toys and stuff like that, any of the lag or any stuff that's in the game like that that blows up any complex builds with toys makes toys unplayable. I mean, sure, it's not an it's not an esport with $10,000 online or anything, right? Granted, I give you that, but if someone comes in and you got 5,000 people who watch your video on how to build a massive door, and then they go to build the massive door, and then the massive door blows up, that's 5,000 people who are not going to be happy with you or the game, right? That is where a lot of community is right now. Also, it's normal. Same on other games I played. Grounded 2, Roadcraft saw high numbers day one. Yeah, I mean, every game's gonna have a boost, right? I think what was it? What was a game that just like there have been several games that just came out and have basically tanked. High Grounded, I think, was the most recent one, and that had like really big developer teams, and I don't get it. Like I don't understand how there's not people telling them this is not a good game. Like why is Ninja and Tim the Tatman playing 3 games of High Ground and going, this is unplayable? I think Courage was even playing with them too. I can't play this. Bye. And then you had a spike. You had this big announcement. People played the game. People hated the game. People left the game. People heard the game, how bad the game was. So then people played the game because of how bad it was to see how bad it was. And then the game died and they shut down the studio and it's gone. Right. And those were I think, didn't they like make, oh gosh, I can't, it wasn't, they did some mech game, right? They had made this really popular mech game where you could like drive, like walk around one of these mechs and shoot stuff. And it was a really cool game. Everyone loved it. And then this next game comes out. Like, why was there not play testing from people in the community to say, this is good, this is bad, before they released it, right? It's almost like there's this wall, and there's legal things you can do, like NDAs and stuff. There are like Fortnite's locking down on their leakers. Like there's a contractor that just got busted, and there's a whole bunch of, I don't know enough to say anything, but I know that they're suing this person for leaking stuff coming out in the game, and because they had it. Again, I'm not going to go down, but I know there's ways to protect yourself. And so you bring in some of the big streamers, you bring in some of the people who have a voice in the community, right? And you give them the opportunity to play and have a conversation about the updates or the state of the game and stuff like that. And they're like, this is good, this is bad, this isn't working. And you make the adjustments before the game goes live. And I'm talking about High Guard right now. Lego, you might be able to do that to some degree, but it's really the bugs and stuff that come out later on after many hours of playing that I feel like is some of the biggest issues that we have, that we deal with in the game, right?
You don't show up. We hold this game when the code blows up. We're still here. Yeah, that's some facts. We love you, but you don't love us back. No real roadmap, no big events. Community asking, no response.
This is the meme. My son, do you want to build a castle in Lego Fortnite Odyssey tonight? We can't. Neither of us has the set. I don't think Epic Games is laughing. I don't think it's funny to them. I don't think it's funny to Lego Fortnite. I don't think there's anyone. I think I've heard that people. I don't even want to speculate. There's something going on we don't know about that I don't, and I don't know if we'll ever know. I don't think there'll ever be, unless there's somebody at the company who releases things secretly, which they're now bringing lawsuits against people who are leaking things. So it's probably even more not going to be something that comes out in the future. But I thought this was a funny meme, but I'll just say, I don't think Epic is laughing. I don't think anyone's laughing. I don't think anyone's purposely doing it. I think there's something that we don't know, and maybe we'll never know. But if the kits aren't going to come out, if kits aren't really going to be a thing, it would be nice to have something from somebody explaining, like, kind of why, for the community's sake, right? Maybe we should try to pitch Lego Odyssey to become an esport. Queensar, we tried to do that with Hunger Games, right? We tried to do that with Hunger Games, and then yeah, well, I mean, not really an esport, but yeah, maybe we need an esport. Let's do that. That might actually work. They need to fix the code glitches, all enemies, and power surges from Stefan. King David says, I started a no totem challenge and 20 minutes into it, the game crashed. It wouldn't let me log back in because my body was still in game. Luckily, I didn't lose a world, but stuff like that shouldn't happen as often as it does. I agree, King David. Cosmetics plus passes still pay. People don't focus just on cosmetics that are Lego related. Yeah, so that's what I was wondering. Like, if they have a skin in the shop, and then let's just say typical gamer gets, let's say typical gamer gets a skin. All right, he finally gets a skin, and it has a Lego variant. Is Lego making profit off of that, even if the players are only playing BR, and they're playing BR and never go into Lego at all, but they have that as an option? Is that where that's coming from? Maybe. Bram says, I really thought Kaboom would have known the F4 trick. I should have saved it for later. I knew it was something. I can't remember what it was. Titan's Fall. Yes, I think it was Titan's Fall. Bram. Queensor says there is always something going on that we don't know about. I know. I know. I just tried to give them the benefit of the doubt to some degree, but they do need to say something, right? Which is what this rap video is about, and it's why I'm kind of breaking it down, because the response, Lego's response. I'll show you guys, and we'll get into that in a second here, actually. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, chat. Okay, finally got caught up on chat. Here we go.
Consent. We are making content, keeping it alive, while dev support barely survives. We don't want golden shippy one fixes. Stability patches.
See, I think this is my thing. The golden sheep event, because I've said this in the past. Like, these little events are pretty cool, but the golden sheep should have given golden wool, and the golden wool should have allowed you to make a glider that had a special power, like allowed you to fly up or something. I don't know. Since they took stamina away, I was gonna say a stamina boost, but they changed stamina in the game where now you can swim or glide anywhere you want to go, right? Red Day says, I got the impression Lego gets their 10% from all Epic profits. Oh, dang. Oh, okay. Lego Moxie! Hey, do you want to jump in? I can wrap up this part. This has been a lot of really good conversation this morning. But Lego Moxie, do you want to jump into Discord and talk about some of the stuff you were talking about? You do? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump over here real quick. There's that. Hold on a second. All right. All right. So after this was Lego Fortnite's response. Hold on. Which I'm going to tell you the good and the bad about this, okay? This is their you could say this diss track is fire, okay? So let's just go and play it. This video is going to get so demonetized. I just hope I don't get a strike or whatever. But I am transforming all this for legal purposes. That is being transformed. And the reason why I haven't played it all the way through also. But yeah, so this is the Fire Spinjitzu scroll on Kai the Fire Ninja. And he's in front of the Fire Dragon, or the Dragon, Earth Dragon. I don't even know what dragon. They all have Earth names, right? But I'm still confused about that. And this came out after Pablo did his diss track, right? There's no words. I get it. They're showing the update. The update's cool. I get it. But the question is, like, is the fire relic going to do what the ice relic does now? Where if you put on the ice scroll, everywhere you go turns into ice. And it's like, you know, this is cool if it works right. And it doesn't break half a dozen things when it comes into the game. And that's, I think, the thing. Like, this is awesome. Like, thank you for, like, this is going to be this part of the update is not whack. This is actually pretty incredible. What's going to be whack is if there's special stuff in the game that doesn't work right and breaks more than it fixes, and we can't progress the fire quest. You know, if somebody's like, I went and talked to Kai and I'm stuck, and my world I've invested hours and hours into building up, I can no longer do the quests, and so rip RIP that world. So it's going to break, LOL. And then somebody said we never got to hear the whole song. No, you gotta go, Souls, go, you gotta go over there. I can't play the whole song. You'll go over to Pablo's link, use that link, go watch it over there. For copyright purposes. Yeah. And his, he put a lot of work into that video. And that's always something I don't ever want to, I don't ever want to. Jack Films has this thing where he goes around and talks about this a lot. And I actually kind of love it because it's like if I was like, so basically I'd get a bunch of funny videos and then I'd take a drink of water. And I would play somebody else's work, and it would just be me on the bottom of the screen with my mouth full of water. And so you'd be watching somebody else's video, and at the same time, you're like expecting me to spit water out all over the place. And I don't know, there's just a little bit of a fine line for me there. Like, you're not transforming the material, and that's one of the criteria for you to be able to use other people's stuff, is that it has to be transformative. So you have to be adding to it. Anyway, so go watch his video. He put a lot of work into it. Leave him a comment and stuff like that, right? It's on my page at Souls, the real. Yeah, there should be links to it too in the chat. All right, it's Papa. That is actually a meme over on the Reddit. So let me do this real quick. Let me switch over to gameplay. Let me. Not what I want. I want snap camera. There we go. All right, so there's snap camera. Let me close this up. Let me get Lego Moxie in here. We'll go ahead and open up the game so we have that to look at. Let me open up Discord real quick and get Lego Moxie over here. Now play the whole song. You want me to play the whole song? You're not going to hit me with a strike? I mean, if you want me to play the whole song, I'll play the whole song. But you'd have to say that it's okay. And then not hit me with a strike later. I don't think you would, but you know what I'm saying. All right. All right. Let me pull up Discord here real quick. Oh, I got a gift from Uncurbed. Thank you, Uncurbed. What did he send me? Mr. P. What just happened? I don't know what just happened. Thank you, Uncurbed. I'm not sure what happened there. All right. All right. Where is my oh, there's Discord. Okay. Discord is here. There's Pablo. Oh, yes. Okay, you sent me the thing. I can change my thumbnail. Perfect. Okay, I'll change that later. Let me find Lego Moxie. Okay, I'm going to call you Lego Moxie. All right, call Lego Moxie. And then I need to grab Lego Moxie in Discord. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, I can. How's it going?
Wow, things are working.
Yes. I know. Technology. Woohoo.
It's going great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just, enjoying having a little conversation. Hope it all comes. Again, like I even said at the beginning, I want this game to do well. I want this game to succeed. I want this game to prosper and grow in its reach and ability to have, be a one of those contenders out there, right? Nothing don't want anything bad to happen to the game. And I thought it was very interesting, the rap song that Pablo put out, and then Lego Fortnite's response. And yeah, and I think you had actually looked into some of the stuff with the vehicles, and you had shared some stuff with me that I had no clue about. And I was like, hey, could you come on and explain it to somebody like they're in the 4th grade? And so yeah, yeah, that's
I
kind.
am I'm in the same boat as you. Anything I can do to highlight this game, and I am slowly getting one person a week interested in this game.
Right.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. We should make the troopers. What is that space?
I'm handing out flyers at Burger King at this point. Please. Have you heard of this thing called Lego? Your children are in the game currently killing people. Come hang out.
Dude, you're like in burger. You know the big burger war that's happening right now. You're like sticking QR codes on the burgers that they're selling them,
Ooh.
and you like
Burn
scan
it on the top of the burger.
Yes, and it takes you to Starship Troopers. That's right. That's right. All right. Haskins wants to know: can we get Lego Moxies? I don't know what the impression I'm getting here is. LOL.
Impression, my take on the state of the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, one second.
Well,
Can you guys hear? Can you guys all hear Lego Moxie? Can I get an audio
1, 2,
check?
3. 1, 2, 3. Audio. What number am I? Am I good?
Yes. Yeah,
3,
yeah.
5.
Snow says you're good to go. Devil Dog says you're good. Yes.
Okay.
Eliminate. Go ahead, sir. The floor is yours.
First off, the Pablo's rap was the best thing ever. It was really good. I didn't know where it was going the first like 10 seconds. I'm like, okay. But then like the flow that he has on it just really works well. It was really good.
Mhm.
And the response from Lego, just so surprised. I don't know. I'm not sure what to say about that.
Yeah,
So-
and that's
So you,
that's why I kind of wanted to break it down, because I think in their mind they're like, hey, we gave you Ninjago, we gave you Storm King, we gave you, and I don't think those things are the whack part of it, right? Like, it's what broke in the game, or it's what has the bugs and the glitches that like that's the part that, like, we want the
they've got
fire.
to choose. They got to
Mm.
choose what this game is. Is it building? Is it fighting? Is it, friends coming in playing together? I mean, it's a lot, and it's got all different aspects of it that other games, would love to have. It's got this, that, and the other thing, but all of those things together are just kind of broken.
Yeah.
We're not enough. Let me put it that way. They're there. The ability that is there could be so much more. And it's just like, we're all just kind of sitting here going, this is so good. Just, put the time into it.
Yeah. What do you think from your perspective? I mean, have you done? Yeah. Okay. So let me back up.
I think this is where I feel where the game is having a problem.
Okay.
I think they have lower end programmers, people who don't have the not
Skill
that they
set?
don't have the ability, not that they don't have the skill set so much,
Mm-hmm.
is that they don't have the rights and permissions to do some of these things.
Okay.
I do believe that there is a skill set that is needed for Unreal Engine, and specifically the Fortnite version, for whatever they are using, that a higher end good skill set programmer they don't have, and they're in short supply of. So they're just sort of, have a team of people programming that are, I don't know, banging their heads against the wall. I've seen it with one small software company I was working with, where the programmers didn't have enough people to test it. So they were literally having to test things themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really taking away from good programmer time. and then for the programmers to sort of describe to the testers as well, like the testers need to know what they're looking for. You can't just program something and then just hand it off to the testers willy-nilly and have them have no idea what they're looking for,
Mm.
you know? If they're working on swivels, you got to tell them, I worked on swivels and I did this with the swivels, and now try to break it.
Right. I mean, I feel like there was I mean, I know some people who were a part of the testing team, original testing team, right? And I just wonder, I mean, do you think it would it be
Well,
a
is that a
possibility?
testing team that is just given the next version and they just test it without
Yeah.
any notes and understanding of what happened?
Uh
Like, is that the boat that they're in?
I think they're just play testing, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
there seems to be a real bad communication line between all levels, between the legal, the programming, the retail, the testers, to the community. So there's just, I don't see that there's good communication within the company.
Mm. Yeah,
And that just
Marie.
might be my perception.
No, I think you're right. I think and I actually think that might be part of the issue and rumors, right? These are rumors, so nothing concrete, but that's what I've heard is that like one of the issues could be that there's people with Epic from Epic who have a vision for the game, people from Fortnite Lego group who have a vision, and those two visions are not the same. And so that's why you are not getting anything that seems co oh, I don't even know what word I want to use here. You're not getting anything that is you're not getting
Well, you were gonna use the word cohesive there,
I
and that's something
was,
that
but
a large company usually, when they have programming and they have like releases of things.
mhm,
I worked at Computer Associates, and we had programmers. We had two teams of programmers, A and B. A was working on the next version of the product when B was fixing things. And when A put that release out, then A was the team that was the fixer of bugs because that was their version that they just put out. Now B then shifted to the next version release. So
mm,
there was always a disconnect between the flow of the product between those two programming teams. And as you know, a person inside the company, I could see the difference where the product would go sort of to the left, and then it would go to the right, and then it would go to the left, and then it would go to the right. There were weird changes to the program. You could see that with like TV shows. You know, they have different writers
yeah,
for each
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
So you could see where sort of like the storyline sort of goes a little bit this way, and then it goes a little bit that way.
But always staying within the boundaries of like
All about
lore.
communication.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I feel like um do you why do you think we don't get as much information? Do you think
Communication.
yeah, communication why do you think it's a lack of people available to do it and they're like resource management is like we just don't have anyone to do it, or do you think it's a legal purpose, like legally we don't want to put something out there and get people excited and then or say something we're not supposed to say? Is it no one can agree? Epic says we want to say this, Lego group says we want to say this, and both of them are like no, you can't say that, and the other group's like no, you like what are your thoughts on that? Like why is it why is communication so like lackluster?
I am not an OG Fortnite person, so I'm not really sure about how the communication has been handled in the game. But it feels like to me, and this is just my feeling from not really knowing too much about the history of the game. It feels like it's influencer based, where they sort of, um, I don't, maybe they're giving leaks, or there are leaks, or people are talking about it. So they've never really had to like put out anything because they've had a strong user base with a lot of users talking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like even if they were to even put out like a press release or something, it wouldn't matter because there were so many people talking and playing and talking and doing and playing and talking and putting out information that it wouldn't really matter what they say because there's 5,000 people currently talking about the game
Hmm.
somewhere on the internet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with Lego, they don't have that huge user base talking anymore.
Yeah.
So the information isn't getting out like they want it to get out, I'm guessing. That's the only thing I can think of is that they rely upon the users to get that information out, and that information isn't getting out because no one really knows anything about the game because we're not leakers.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. They.
don't know what to say.
Yeah. Well, so Fortnite is bringing legal action against one of the leakers who was a contractor, and they're kind of closing the door on a lot of stuff. But I mean,
Well, when I meant leakers, I instead of saying leakers, I should have said promoters or talking
promoters.
about people.
Yeah.
Uh, talking people. I don't know,
Yeah.
talking heads on the internet.
Yeah. And that's like it's amazing to me, and I didn't really realize it until after making content for a while, is people really like that. Like that stuff can get around really quickly. And it's like, oh, this is like the next update. Here's some of the new weapons. Like people will click on that. People will watch that, and I don't think there's really been too many other than, stop doing that. Stop showing that from the Lego group. Like when leaks have happened in the past. And I do think they did a little tricky, stuff where they had stuff in the code that was actually for like the UFEN games and not coming into Odyssey. So I think they threw some people off the track there. But that is actually, I think, would be a really good way to uh, build hype in the community. Is having some of that early pictures and early release of like, oh, here's like the Fire Ninja that they did the response in their diss track. Like I don't know if anyone noticed that they're like promoting the next update by showing you the fire scroll, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so give us leaks, we'll spread them. That's right, Llama. That's right. Like give us the leaks and we'll spread them. But
I
don't sue
wasn't
us.
I wasn't even sure if like the golds, sheep, and the multicolored chickens was really even for us, or if that was a like a thermometer base to see if we do this sort of thing, would people come back to the game? Like, would there be hype if
Mm,
there was a little drop? Like, is this a little test,
mm-hmm.
like a free test for them to sort of be like, are people even interested still?
Oh, yeah. I feel like, and I keep saying this, and like with expeditions, with the chicken drops, like it has, mm, it doesn't feel completely thought out. Like it needs to be a little more than like, oh, you have a golden sheep. It needs to be, you have a golden sheep, and this golden sheep does something that none of the other sheep do, and they, you can like, uh, like, and this.
Require extra programming.
Right. That's where you get in the problem. Now you've just, signed the new guy up to spend a week coding, golden gliders or something, or golden, some gold aspect to the game that only the sheep. But I don't think, like, a lot of people don't like Brick Life unless they are collectors. That's a big thing, and a lot of people in Odyssey are not Brick Life players. Like, I can tell you from my numbers that my stream in Brick Life is going to be significantly lower than any of my streams in Odyssey. People want to see building, people want to see survival play, people want to see those things. People, I'll spawn my mansion in and I'll be like, hey, look at all this stuff. And the OG Brick Lifers are like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that at? When did you get that? Can I have one? Do you have extras? And then all like the OG Odyssey players are like, can you please stop playing this? So I don't know.
I love Brick Life. I
Right.
mean, I am one of the admins over there for the Brick Life Reddit.
Mm-hmm. Right. So,
Silence. It's not true.
what? You're not? I'm so confused by that. Are you really a part of the Reddit over there, or are you not? You got me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't.
Kaboom is totally clueless on this one with me. And I never answer, do I? We don't give
No.
away any secrets, right?
No.
No, I have nothing to do with Reddit whatsoever.
Okay. Okay. Seriously?
He's still lost. It's all right. So I have a question for you. So if they pump out a whole bunch of kits and make the building more interesting, do you think people would come back?
I think it's a complex issue of needing to work on complexity, needing to work on the glitches and bugs that break the stuff in the game. And I think it's a I think I even heard you talk about this on a live stream once about I don't think there's any silver bullet. I think there's several things that need to be all fixed, and the game needs to be put onto a foundation where bugs and glitches are dealt with quicker and seem like it matters to them. Like, I know you're always gonna have glitches and bugs, right? That's always gonna be in a game.
That's always a thing. That
Right.
happens.
But when it's
How you
months,
address it.
yes,
It's how you address it as well. I can even handle months. If they communicated and said, look, this is a complex game, which it is,
Mhm.
and they're pushing this game, which they really are,
Mhm.
and they have, special contacts with Unreal Engine that they have, access to great knowledge at Unreal Engine, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're able to, when they have a big problem like, hey, swivels don't work, they just fall off the things. They should be able to make a phone call and set something up for at least an hour for a couple of programmers to talk on the phone and be like, have you tried this? Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Take notes, write it down, say thank you, and then go back to Epic Home and try to fix it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening. I don't think I think the programmers are they're overwhelmed, and I think they're overwhelmed with a lot of projects that are not Odyssey. Like,
Mhm.
I don't really know what's happening. I can't speak for them, but it feels like the programming department isn't necessarily as strong as it should be. And I'll give a
Mhm.
couple examples. You put out a release of a new kit or something with flooring, and the flooring has the
Mhm.
wrong colors to it. That is a huge miss. How did the testers not see this? Maybe because the testers weren't looking for it. The testers didn't know that there were new pieces to look for. You place one of each piece, you look at it. Does it look like a piece? It's a piece. Does it have the snapping pieces? It snaps. Can I put it on top of something? It goes on top. Okay, that looks good. There's a huge color difference in the and that's happened more than twice.
Yep.
I could see once, maybe twice, but it's happened several times.
Yep.
That's weird. I don't know how that can even happen.
Right.
If you have testers that have notes knowing what has changed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Where was I going with this?
I think we were talking about like just the little things. So for me, okay, so for me, um there's a lot of little issues that you have to build, like trust issues that need to be fixed with between the gaming, between the developers and the community. And then you were talking about how basically some of this littler things that should not be issues are issues, and how they don't, when there are issues, they're really not addressed publicly, and it seems like the community has to pretty much throw a fit over something before it's actually addressed, and it doesn't seem like healthy to me. Like, I don't I don't like. I did a video once. It was like, hey, why do we have all these pieces in these colors, but then we don't have this one piece in that same color? Like, to me, a set should be all the same pieces, all the like, all these blue pieces, all these yellow pieces, all these pink pieces, all these orange pieces. You have the 16, the 8s, the 6s, and the 1s or the 2s. And then for some reason, like, they'll just be missing pieces. And it doesn't make sense to me. Like, did it get left out? Did someone just not go through and double check? Like, do they just not have the people to do the quality checks? Do you think maybe they're just like fighting to get the update out, and they're like, yeah, quality checks, like, to make sure the color of the part in the build kit matches the piece that you're putting down is like just so low on their list, but at the same time, like, that says a lot. At the same time, if players who are building with these pieces can't look at a piece and be like, oh, that's the color, right? Because then now you've just affected the whole build side of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. I can definitely speak to the Ninjago release being not just adding like a little difference to the game, but a large difference to the game. You know, they changed a lot of different aspects, like how the player actually moves, and they added different types of movement to the player. And I think that also is in relation to a new, like a module, a new type of code that you can plug into the game,
mm,
which is this movements API. Um, it's a
yes,
different
this
way of handling movement in Unreal Engine that came out. Ironically, around the same time that the game has a lot of errors which match what a lot of other people are complaining about with Unreal Engine and this movements patch. So
mm,
I am almost certain that this movements patch, which is still in beta, it's in beta, is being used in this large production scale Lego Fortnite release.
and you're saying the movement is like the ability to mantle, and like, our players do those things, or the spinjitzu?
Anything, uh, it, I don't, I don't want to speak wrong. Not
Hmm.
sure about the movement of the character is the change. It would be the movement of pieces, so like a dynamic object,
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I gotcha.
something that isn't stuck, something that isn't not moving. It the movement has changed in the game. It has affected
Oh,
anything that is mobile. And that the one of the things that this game has, a lot of games share um, the same. We're going to talk about the grid of the game, of
hmm,
how things load out. When you have, and I'm trying to keep it like the most understandable. You know, there's like layers in a game. You know, like there's the land layer, and then there's the bushes and trees. When you see the game loading in, it's sort of like flat, and then all of a sudden you have trees, and then you have water, and then you have like the weather, and then you have the. I'm trying to think of other layers that are there. You know, there are multiple layers that come in loading when the game starts up, and you're looking at the game like building all these pieces around you. And then, when you see all the pieces building, when you load into like a large build and you see your house being built again, there is also another layer that you're not seeing, which is the programming layer.
hmm.
And that programming layer stacks upon each one of those, in between each one of those layers. So there's ground loading in, then code. Then there's the trees loading in, and then code. Then there's the houses loading in, and then code. And where those dynamic objects sit is on its own layer, but it's tied into something. Like it's attached, its location is set somewhere in the grid system. Which grid is it attached to? Is it attached to the house grid? Is it attached to the main global grid of the game? Is it attached? It could be attached to so many different things, and depending on how it loads in and how things move, things get a little weird.
Mm. You know, I was okay. So we got some questions coming in. Yeah, it's Lego Moxie is with me on Curbed. And could the mods throw links to his channels up in the chat? I'd appreciate it. Over on the red and white and the purple, please give him a shout out and throw his YouTube link up. Lego Moxie is one of these guys who you want to follow because of the knowledge. Like, he came out with the perfect hinge. He literally tested
Thank
distances of he literally tested pieces to find out like how they affect complexity. A lot of really cool stuff, the fishing farm and things like that. So thank you guys. Oh, there's the shout out. Thank you so much for over there. Go give him a follow. He's somebody you definitely want to keep on your radar for stuff like this. And he is adult, so I will also throw that out. Also, his YouTube videos are good.
My YouTube videos are
good.
all family friendly.
Yes. His YouTube videos are family friendly, so definitely go follow him over there.
My Twitch are late night adults talking about tax code.
Yes, we have adult tax season is upon us. And Lego
That's how I'll say it. It's a very boring show for children. No one likes it. You got to be at least 80 or over.
80 or yeah, at least I would say maybe 20, 21, 18. What do you anyways? Yeah. I mean, whenever you got to do taxes, whenever you find yourself needing to do taxes.
Yes.
So, but his mind is one of those minds that was like saw fish jumping out and then invented an auto farm. It was pretty cool. Anyway, so but back to the game. So do you think like where in the game when you load in is the old buildings that load in? Is that all in the information in the code of the game? Like, is anything getting freed up when you destroy stuff in the game? Like, if I go in and start destroying a bunch of pre-builds, and do you think that's why we get these ghost blocks? Like, is there like a tree's not supposed to be there, but it is? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, you can even see when it's loading in. You got the land loads in first.
Mhm.
That's with the world grid. And on top of the world grid will be terrain. So then you get the trees, the rocks that come in. And if you're in an area that you've destroyed all the rocks and the trees, and there was a pre-built building there, and you've destroyed that building, and you've built your own building, how the world is going to load in, it's going to load the land, then it's going to load the terrain. It then loads that's the rocks and the trees. Then it loads the auto-generated actors. Then it loads in the house that they put there.
Mm-hmm.
Then the house that you built gets put sort of into that house at the same time as that house goes away. So I do believe that the code is running to remove that house at the same time that it is loading the next layer, which is building your house. It could be a layer, it could be a programming layer. I'm not sure which one it is, but you'll see like your house sometimes gets built at the same time that house is being removed.
Yeah.
Their house is being removed. And at some point, the swivels, if you want to talk, we'll talk about swivels. Oh, let's talk about tires instead.
Okay.
In the past, you would have noticed if you had a tire on something, it would have sort of like fallen off and bounced around a little bit. Maybe it rolls down a hill and you're like, well, there goes my tire. And then all of a sudden, bam, it's back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You may have even seen the tires now roll back. They sort of move back as if they were like rewound. Like they put like a rewind on and the tires come back up. That's a difference between the old system of the movement and the new system where they just snap back in. They just they're over there, and then instantly they're back on the vehicle. They're not sort of floating and bopping around. That's how I know that there's a difference in the that they've moved to this new movement system.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you think that's what broke the
there's
swivels?
problems with it. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I feel I am very, very, very certain that the thing that broke swivels is the movement patch, the new beta release in Unreal Engine for movement. Now that movement gives better. I don't understand how about the whole pixelation about how things are drawn in Unreal Engine with the multi-polygon coloring. I forget even what they even call it now. It's the new thing. It's advanced. It's way above my pay grade.
Mm-hmm.
Things are drawn in this game amazingly, and it happens super fast. You know, all these tiny little Lego studs on the top of every piece that you put down, they're there. You know, they're amazing. So getting back to the I don't know, where do you want me to go back to? Where have I lost you? And I can go back to there.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. You're saying so you're talking so movement. We're talking layers. I got a comment here said, from Serica says for the map specifically, there are several data layers. On top of the map is foliage, original landmarks, and user-built structures. And then each world keeps the original data and the changes made to it. So my question is the original data, why do you think that, why does that have to be there? Like, is that, in my mind, I'm like, if the less data you have, like if you destroyed a house, would that free?
That would make sense that they would delete it from like the world's data. Like, why would you even need to rebuild that thing? But that's not how they coded it. They coded it in, this is how everything is built. It's hard to describe that in less than an hour.
Gotcha.
It's not like they built the entire world and then they saved like, oh, there's a tree at this spot. Oh, there's this at this spot. They took certain, like you will notice when you fly around, I've seen this tree next to this tree with this cave and this setup. They've got to have like the
world generator.
Like the world generator has to have like certain, this tile is built like this at this degree, and that's what's saved in the data.
I got you. So maybe it's tile sets that are saved, and so
I'm not entirely sure. And
okay,
there's probably a programmer listening going, oh, you're wrong.
Yeah,
there's different ways that you can build, you know, on Unreal Engine. So I don't know how they're doing it, but you could do it both ways where you have like a simple game and let's just say you have like the entire terrain, you know, saved as data, and you just sort of like, since you've deleted, let's just say item 15309, okay, you actually delete 13509 from the actual database, and it's gone. You never see it again. That's not how they're doing it with this code.
Yeah.
I don't know the reasoning for it. It's just that's how they have it done.
Probably has something. I know Minecraft had a lot of world, like they really worked on how they generated the worlds, and I'm sure there's a valid reason, right? Like, well, we can't do that because of this, and like that makes more sense to me. Like this chunk of code has to load in as the original code, and then variations are then made to that code based on what you've built from this other code that comes in. That makes sense to me. That would make sense to me. I just, you know, I'm always, and I think you are too, always trying to figure out how we get around complexity and how we can, you know,
I
be able.
come at it from a programming thought of mind is how could I break this
Right.
with programming? That's how I sort of tackle a lot of my situations. So let's go back to the swivels. And now since we've talked about multiple layers,
Mhm.
when we have like a building and you can see their way of building is north, south, east, west, and then we got the 45 degrees. We could build in those directions as well. Um, we can make our own angles, any of the angles that we want. And if you've done that, you've made your own angle, however you've done it,
Mhm.
you may have seen if you build out like a, let's just say a 16 by 16, and we go 16 by 16 floor, 16 by 16 floor, maybe by the third or the fourth or the fifth 16 by 16, you'll
Yep.
notice that floor is not straight anymore. And you
Yep.
look back at all of them and you go, what is happening? It's because when you multiply something or you divide by something, you get like dot 666666666 dot 55555,
Yeah.
dot 539. It's a never-ending decimal that can never be answered. When you get like that type of angle and it tries to save it to the database
Mm.
or it saves it to the grid, it has to round up those numbers. It's not going to infinity on these numbers.
Right. Good old pie. Good old pie chart. Yeah.
Yeah. So it has to, average off those numbers to some decimal point.
Right.
When it gets further along and it goes to this one, to this one, to this one, to this one, that averaging, now you've got, some pieces are starting to get off kilter.
Yeah.
So when you think about swivels now, let me just continue that thought. So now you're saving things, they're slightly off. And why is that? Because the world grid is set to a certain plane, X, Y, and Z. When you're not matching up with those, it has to come up with the closest point in that grid that it could assign that piece to. And that's what one of the problems is. So you get a little wanky flooring.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you talk about swivels, you have two pieces to this swivel. You have the stationary side, which is the side you stick it onto things, and then you have the blue and the green side, which is dynamic, which is sort of hovering next to that piece that is glued to the world's map. So one of the problems that I see, and I see this with when I put a lot of weight on one of my swivels and it sags a little bit, it has like a little, it's not like great. If I load out of the game and I come back in, it loads that swivel in with a larger sag. And I load out and I load the game back in, it's got a larger sag. The sag gets worse and worse and worse with every restart of the server. So I'm trying to think, what is it doing? When it's saving the game, it's saving that piece that's just some decimal points off. And when it averages it, it saves it just slightly off. And it saves it just slightly off. And that slightly off builds up and gets worse and worse and worse.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And
so when it loads back in, it's thinking that swivel is going to be smack dab against the other one and perfect. And that's where that rotation should be. Because the rotation works perfectly. It's just sagged.
Yeah.
It's saggy, but it still has the perfect swivel to it. The only problem is it's swiveling into itself and causing a problem, and then it explodes because the forces on swivels are extreme.
Yes. Yeah. Well, is this something any other game has done? Is this unique in such a way that, and maybe it's just this engine, like this operating frame, but to have the ability to build something on a grid and then move that around off the grid and put it in different locations. Like you just think about an orb and you put thrusters on it. You're turning this object that has its own grid within another grid. Do you think that's where the issues are coming, like that interacting between those two grids?
That's another problem that they could be having with Unreal Engine. Um, from what I've seen other people talk about, because I sit in Unreal Engine groups now and listen to other people that are programming different types of games. There are people that have been complaining about this new um, movement type of code that where they save things and where they load things in have to be like in the same layer, like in the code.
Mm-hmm.
And the problems are, like we had just described, that averaging off on the decimal points could really cause a problem on where you're loading in things. When you have this movement class, you can do things like have things paused so that there's no movement in the game until things are completely loaded in.
Well, that sounds like a good
They're
thing.
using that. Sounds like a good thing, but that's only one tactic that they could use. Trying to
Did
think
they
about
bring
what-
the
Yeah,
movement
go
thing
ahead.
in? Did they bring the movement thing in to fix the seat glitch? Because I feel like that
I
all this
I
happened
think
around
the
the
seat
same.
glitch was I think the seat glitch was fixed because of the movement thing. I don't think
Okay.
they actually fixed the seat glitch. I think they got lucky on that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm just
I
like
think that was just a side a
benefit.
lucky thing that a side benefit. A benefit to the swivels falling off.
Right. All my loved projects breaking before my eyes, my soul slowly dying inside of me. But we don't have seat glitches anymore. Yay!
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, let me do a couple comments here. Let me get caught up on chat. Jade Inventor says, hello, I tried turning he said hello, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm a call-in show now. Hey, Jade Inventor, welcome in, first-time caller. Jade Inventor said, I tried turning a preloaded house into a floating house by taking out the supports and adding balloons. And there were no words on how messed up it just wouldn't stop jumping around invisibly. Thoughts on that?
It was jumping around invisibly. Can
Yeah,
you read
was
it
it-
one more time
Was
fully?
the Jada said
Sorry.
oh no, you're good. I tried turning a preloaded house, a pre-built, into a floating house by taking out the supports and adding balloons. And there are no words for how messed up it just wouldn't stop jumping around invisible. And maybe went invisible? Was the game trying to put it back in its place in that layer? Maybe.
That's possible.
The thrusters and the balloons wouldn't go invisible.
I'm guessing that might have been one of the glitches that I've seen where when you're moving things that were previously attached to the ground, they all of a sudden get stuck. They do like that. You never look at when someone takes something apart, like, and they show all the parts onto like the table, and they show like all the parts all lined up, all nice and pretty. I've seen that happen to like my builds, where all of a sudden my build is just whoosh, expanded out and frozen in the air.
Yeah.
And when you fly around it, sometimes the pieces vanish and sometimes they don't. And sometimes if you fly back over here, the whole build sort of shows up, but then you fly through it like it's not even there. And that could possibly be what he's describing. I'm not sure. It sounds like that. I
Yeah.
don't know what that glitch is. I've exhausted my brain on trying to figure out what that is and how that happened, and I have no idea. That is whoosh. I don't think they know.
Well, I remember a year ago that you would have a giant ship and you would be flying along and it would just explode. And
Explode, yes, but it would turn back into the resources and fall to the ground, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that as much with like
No, I
stuff we
haven't seen that.
build. So I'm wondering if this mover class had something to do with that too. I just wish they'd come out. Honestly, I wish they would do a podcast with the devs and have the devs just be like, all right, this goofball Kaboom was talking and he has no clue what he's talking about. So we're gonna do an episode and explain everything so you guys can be up to speed. Like that would be a fun episode. I'd tune it.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, so let me get caught up here real quick. Okay, Red Danny said he's so mature he keeps giggling. Each world keeps the original date. Oh, I read that. Haskins says, is that why worlds used for us? I'm sorry. Haskins says, is that why worlds used to shake of survival and hold a lot of changes end up broken after? I think he was maybe voice texting there. He's asking something about the original worlds in survival, and then breaking. Snow says, I'm of the opinion that they post on Trello are linked to global issues only because there are any more bugs they know about. Oh, there are so many more bugs that they know about. Yeah, I hear you, Snow. Haskins says the data is loaded selectively for a few map cells around you. Haskins says they should do something like Enshrouded. They temporarily store the data and then it's refreshed to a default state after like 30 minutes or something like that. Anything that is not a player build or alteration to the world, to the world inside a village marker is not stored. Also, Astrika says also movement change just coincided with swivel issues, and that some update the loading speed for the structures was reduced, and I think this is the actual reason why things started breaking. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I remember them changing that because they're trying to get things. They're trying to get things loaded in, so they didn't break on everybody. And I totally forgot about that. Interesting. Lava Rage says they also have to make all of this work on the most obsolete. What? Oh, yeah, they have to make the game work. That's a whole nother conversation to talk about, but you are correct. Phones, Switch ones, and stuff like that. Guy from Neptune, welcome in. Good morning. Good morning. Popping to say hello and lurking. I appreciate the lurk, Guy from Neptune. As always, Showrex emotes. Trello has always been the most critical issues. It's not the source of truth for all the bugs. Yep. They should always. Oh, I like this one, King David. They should allow to rent servers, are allowed to use our own personal servers. That would improve performance as much. What are your thoughts on that, Lego Moxie? Because I have some very strong.
I have good thoughts on that. I have great thoughts on that right now. I have built a lot of pieces way past their complexity caps, way past. And I've seen people with Switches have problems when they play with the Switch. I've had people come in with good computer and bad computer, and they've been pretty much okay. I'm on an Xbox One, Xbox S or One. I don't know. I don't remember. It's got the round black circle on top. It's not like the high-end, performance machine. I have zero lag in a massive build beyond what anyone else has built in this game, I am sure. I've done it in multiple different ways by flying in a lot of buildings into an area that was already complex. I've done one where I've built 6x6 flooring pieces through 15 complexity zones that are not attached to each other, but are completely, jam-packed. You don't see the floor, and I have buildings. The whole thing's filled up. That's probably about 25,000 pieces at this point. I can fly through that, run through. I have zero lag. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm working on that.
Right?
This this game can handle so much more than its limitations. I feel like the entire game is limited to match what a Switch can handle at
Mm,
this point.
yeah. Yeah. And I know we like Velena's come in. She plays on the Switch. She plays on the older Switch. And I don't know if she got Switch 2 yet or not, but she she would come up in Weekend Warriors and she kept getting kicked. And I just thought that was interesting about like I wonder what it was like because with Switches you can even like upgrade the memory of the Switch. So not all Switches are the same, right? So you can like there's a lot of things there that I feel like we should be able to have settings for, especially with the complexity. Like if you're playing on a PC or a newer Xbox or a newer like a PS5, I just feel like there should be like you click what you're playing on and the game's like, okay, we're gonna unlock more complexity for you so you can build bigger things. But I don't know. I watch Haskins fly pieces in and patch together the Titanic, right? Kind of what you're talking about. And it's like that's like why? Like if it's I don't know. Maybe that's getting off the topic a little bit, but I don't know. Those things like Llama said, is this a game that you should be able to like should the people on the phones put restraints on people on PCs? Is there a way to unlock those restraints so that people on PCs or PlayStation 5s and the higher end Xboxes they have more freedom to build? I don't know.
I don't see why they can't do that.
Yeah. What do you think about
The
servers?
world could list itself as a high complexity world where it would give a warning to a Switch person, or it would show up as red in the lobby to let them know, or orange to let them know that this is a high complexity, high complexity builds, or saving that they may have problems with that world.
Mm,
But then release the rest of the resources for us, because the 4,000 piece count at this point, as I see it, is not needed. It could be raised to 6 at least,
mm. Well, what are your
because
thoughts
I'm way
about
over that.
what are your
The
thoughts on the
servers,
servers? Like, would a server help? Because Nocturnal's saying that he has a really good
yeah.
computer, has some issues. I mean, like, do you notice like when the new update comes out, the game feels like it runs a little bit better and smoother,
Mm-hmm.
and then after the
Mm-hmm.
update, it feels like a lot of the bugs and stuff that the rubber banding and stuff seems to be it. Do you think
I mean,
there's
do I feel like they're giving us better servers and better resources on the servers? They're paying more to the server
yeah,
side and for the release to get the hype out and to sort of handle the massive amounts of people coming that they don't know are coming or not, so they just throw a lot of money into the servers.
yeah,
By throwing money into the servers, they're paying for better servers to be used
right,
during that time. Yeah, I definitely feel that.
yeah,
Everyone feels that. So they
yeah,
clearly could give us better servers to use all the time, or give us a pay thing where you could purchase a better server.
yes. Like we have a Hightail server right now, and we're like looking at the gigabytes, and we're like, how many gigabytes do we need? And we had one time where like I can go in that world, I have no issues, but we had like 4 or 5 people, and they're all building in different areas, and it was like, oh my gosh, we might need to go ahead and up the plan to a better to more data so we can have more people in different areas playing. I would love, I mean, I'd love to see that with Lego, like being able to have that S&P. I mean, that was one of the things I really wanted to do in this world, and the game couldn't handle more than a month of building with Haskins and Mad Puck and me and Queen Surge, and it's like the game just couldn't handle it. Like Queen Surge tried to build a village and she got the roads in, and then the game just got unplayable for her. And then I was like, I'm building a giant farm, and over on the other side of the map, there's a giant saloon, and it was like, I was like, I would pay $20 a month to have I'd pay more than that if it was for the Craftopia SMP, being able to bring more people in and stuff. And I wonder why they don't do that. I don't know if I don't know if that would fix the rubber banding. I don't know if that would fix some of these issues, but boy, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
So I'm gonna answer a couple of questions
Okay.
in the chat where the processing is actually occurring. It's occurring on both ends. It's happening on our end, on like our machine, our Xbox, our Switch, and it's happening on the server as well. There's, which piece is being handled where. I can't like give you the breakdown of that, but it is happening on both ends. And as for the, if there's 8 people in the world at the same time, all building, you're right. We are sharing information. So if I place a piece onto my build and Kaboom's 2,000 meters away, he doesn't necessarily get told that I placed that piece, but I am sharing data with Kaboom about my location, what I'm doing, my health, there are things that are being shared between my character and my space to Kaboom, my pieces that I'm holding. There are a lot of data that I'm doing and I am sending to Kaboom. Kaboom's then sending his information to me. And all 8 people are sending all of our information to each other in nanoseconds of times, just totally alerting each other about what's going on. That's happening at the server level and then being distributed to us. And then to us, back to the server, back to the other player, back to this. There's a lot of tiny data bits happening and flowing constantly. So when there are more people in the world, you will feel that stickiness. And you'll see if you have someone flying by you and there are more people in the server, you'll notice they don't fly by in a nice pattern. They're choppy. They're here, then they're there, then they're over there, then they're over there. And you could see that lag, that sort of server going, so much information. I'm not giving it to you as fast as possible because I'm getting so much information from all the other players. I'm reducing my time in sending information to you because I'm still gathering from here, and there.
Mm-hmm. Welcome in, Tybrex. Yeah, I was just thinking about brick bots when you're talking about that, and how like one day we would be able to slam bots into each other, and then the next day if they touched, they would fly into pieces and just destroy. And I often wondered if that was the connection between not just my server, but my server doing something and then sending that information to the other console that is, I don't know, hundreds of miles away. And that interaction wasn't where the issue was, with the stuff blowing up and vehicles like just doing the craziest of things. Lego Moxie, you there?
Yeah. So
Oh.
I was just reading some of the comments that, if you're over 350 meters, it's not sent to you. I can't guarantee that. Maybe it's 400. Your rendering view may go out of, it may de-render for your view. I don't necessarily know if those pieces are outside your memory. They may still be there, but just not rendered in. And there's different rendering distances per different platforms as well. But yeah, if you're like 2,000 meters away, one would hope that the game is not sending rendering information to someone 2,000 meters away, but your health information, your location, there are other data bits that are sent in between all the players, which are, not really necessary, but they are for how the game operates. Because it is someone gets hit and goes down, or when someone gets hit really far away, you'll notice their little icon gets a little red blink on them when they take a big hit. So that data is definitely being shared around the map.
Uncurb, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Uncurb said, I noticed a new created map on my old Nintendo Switch is the same size, but the landmass is smaller, and the complexity of the biomes on the island is much simpler versus my PS5. The landmass is larger and more complex with placements and biomes and islands.
Yeah, there's different rendering of items on the terrain detail and stuff. There's definitely a difference in that.
Thank you for sharing, and thank you for the super chat, Uncurbed. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying this conversation. It's Lego Moxie was sharing stuff with me, and I was like, can you just come on and talk? Because I have no clue. So big shout out to Lego Moxie again for doing this, and thank you guys all for all your chats. TVK said I was building a giant mech that looked like a combined of Transformer and couldn't finish because of limits. Yeah, and they were also talking about swivels. Rooster was talking about swivels. I mean, I feel like swivels always felt like they struggled. Like I've had builds with doors, but they never felt like they just like one day they would like snap easily, and the next day it seemed like they had made them stronger, and then like a week later they were breaking again. I feel like swivels have been all over the place ever since they've come out. I mean, have you kind of experienced that same thing, Lego Moxie?
With doors? I'm trying to understand.
Oh, sorry. No, with swivels. Like I was building.
Oh, with swivels. Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen all problems with swivels. I do some horrible things to swivels.
Llama can't upgrade memory on Switch. You can buy a memory card. Yeah. That's what I meant. Memory cards. Those little memory cards that you can stick in there. Does that not help? It probably doesn't help. Does it download into there? I don't know.
I would imagine it would help. I've seen Switch people struggle.
It's processing limitations. Haskins says it's processing limitations, though, right? Not memory. I have no clue. It might be. I'm not sure. Do you have any thoughts on that, Leo Moxie?
I'm not really sure. I don't know the architecture of the Switch and all that.
Gotcha. Personal servers isn't a priority for them. Too much trouble to manage and not enough power user that would pay for it. Oh. Memory.
I do think they could make the monthly pass if they had another like tiered system to the pass. I think if they gave better servers overall, not only just to Lego, but to Battle Royale players as well, people would jump on that and they would pay for the higher level monthly pass.
Yes.
For a better server, and that would include the Lego people as well, I would hope.
Well, I wonder I wonder if for Lego, see, I can already hear the comments, pay to play, but it's a very common thing. It's a very common thing for games to have servers and people to go play in those servers. Like that's not like, that wouldn't be the first time. I would love that. That would be wonderful. Like,
but the normal server works just fine. You go into a new world, the new Lego world. Yeah, it works just fine.
Yeah. And then it's I mean oh, thank you, Queensdorf, for banning. I appreciate that. Haskins said, I thought our console and PCs are connected to the server and only processing data it's being fed. Feel free to jump in at any time as I read these, Lego Moxie.
I feel like there's at the very beginning of the game, I felt like the pieces were not numerical, that they were just randomly assigned like a key, a GYD, a long number when you created a new piece and slapped it down, it just gave a random code, just make it up, and it assigned it to that piece. I'm now thinking that each piece is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm working on figuring that out. I'll let you know later on, but I'm leaning towards it's a numerical system, and it loads in a numerical system as well, in order. I'm working on that to see if that has something to do with lag, and how you can renumber pieces as well.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Dude, your brain. I'm like, how are you? That's crazy to me. Okay, so I got Llama Rage saying the Switch cards just hold Sora Games. And Flunky Dunk, welcome in. Hello, fellow Lego builders. And Switch has very little of the second optional memory for RAM. I got you. Okay. Wow. Thank you guys so much for the comments and for the feedback. Lego Mox, thank you so much for being here. So we'll definitely, when you figure some of that stuff out, I think
Shouting me out.
What's
I got
that?
3 followers. I got 3 followers already. Thank you.
Let's go.
I didn't even have to go to Burger King today.
Have you tried the new Arch Deluxe yet? Have you tried that from McDonald's?
I have not.
You haven't? I haven't.
No, I haven't.
After watching Haskins eat it on stream Friday, I feel like I need to go try it out.
I know.
I need to get in on
He's
this.
making me. I've been craving that since I saw it.
I went downstairs and I fried up a homemade burger, and I wanted to make that meme that said, I asked Mom if we could go to McDonald's and get the Arch Deluxe, and she said, we have Arch Deluxe at home. And I was going to post a picture of my sad little cheeseburger that I made at home. Oh, Haskins said good but gross. Yeah, I feel like me and my wife joke around about Long John Silver's, and like it seems like a good idea until you do it, and then you pay for like 3 hours after just feeling horrible. So I mean, if you're like want to eat food for a half an hour and enjoy it, and then spend the next 5 hours of your life praying for death, I definitely highly recommend a high greasy fat food diet. All right, I'm sorry. You guys know we had to get food in on this. Fraztaz says, do you think they designed the system you have has any clear definitions on how the pieces are? I think he's working on that, Fraztaz. It kept me fueled until about 4. You stayed up till 4 a.m. Good job, Queensor. She threw out the 3. I don't know if you guys all heard about that. We had to have a chocolate cake roll intervention with Queens North on last stream, and she threw the other ones out. Let's all W's in the chat. We're so proud of Queens North. She's our healthy food anchor. Is what I like to refer to her as. It's based off memory of the ability to free up memory and destroy the builds. All right, everybody. Lego Moxie, I cannot thank you enough for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it, sir. I love the information and knowledge that you bring, and I love that we have a community that enjoys this stuff. And everyone go give Lego Moxie a follow. 100% should be following this guy on YouTube and on Twitch. And is there anything you'd like to say before we wrap up for the stream?
Nothing we haven't already said and we're hoping for from Epic, and we love the game and just want that, that we need that endorphin hit of Lego Fortnite, and we're waiting for it. I've been waiting over 120 days for swivels to be fixed. I'm not counting.
You're not I can just imagine that there's like this piece of wood next to your Xbox, and every day you're carving
a line into
carving a line.
I'm carving it. I was carving it onto the Xbox. Now I'm onto the wall. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I hope the information I gave was factual. I tried to specify when I didn't know when something was truly there or not, but I am certainly confident in the way that how things moved in the past and how things move now, that they are using the Movers API, which is in beta for Unreal Engine, released to the public. So they may have a different version released to them, but if the public version is still in beta, you got to know that it's still in beta for, Fortnite's version as well. Now they have access to the, better programmers, but they're still probably using the same code that the rest of us can get,
Yeah.
in the public. But
All right,
that
sir.
class is going to make moving objects tremendously better.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping there's
They're
a
hyping this. Unreal Engine is hyping this amazingly. This is going to be game changer for games. Supposedly, the lighting is going to improve dramatically with this release that we currently have already.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a difference, but
Yeah.
what do I know about the building of the textures and stuff? That's not me.
Yeah. It'd be nice. It sounds like you're in some of the groups, so as you get more information and want to share it, we'll definitely make that a priority to get you back on. And honestly, I would love for the devs. I would love for somebody to say something who could be like, hey, this is where the tech talk, like a tech talk would be wonderful. But yeah, so
I
thank
think
you, sir.
Haskin said it. They're not doing it for BR. They're not doing it for Lego.
Yeah.
And you're well.
Oh, you broke up, sir.
Oh, I was saying, have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Thanks
you.
for the follows, for everyone who followed. We're probably up to like 10. There was a lot of noises.
No, awesome, dude. That makes me so happy. All right, Lego Moxie, I will see you later, my friend.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, go give him a follow. And if only we could have a Lego dev join the stream, it would be wonderful. Like, and not even like I just host it and let people who know what they're talking about join. Cause I just want to know like what's happening, what's the plan to fix it and stuff like that. Would be wonderful. But thank you guys so much for being here. This stream was not sponsored by Lego Big Arch Burger, but I'm willing to take Big McDonald's money if that's what. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Oh my gosh, that would be like a do I on one hand, and then on the other like hell. Anyways. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your support. Hit that like button. We're gonna raid out if you're on the purple, if you're on the red and white. Hit that like button, and I will see you guys later over there. I'm gonna go ahead and end that stream now. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. Lego Moxie, when I first saw Lego Moxie stuff, I was like just amazed. Just really amazed by a lot of the stuff that he did. He's a pretty amazing guy. All right, let me go ahead and end the stream there. See you guys. May the brick snap in your favor. Boop. If you're on purple, hang around. End. And there we go. And let's go to Twitch. And let's go